The concept of upaya is one reason why there can be so many different kinds of awakening methodologies. In other words, there's no stock answers. Jesus is going to talk to some people one way, and the woman at the well, he talks to her way different than he talks to the rich young ruler. Okay? Very different kind of thing. So that's why there's different awakening methodologies depending on who you're talking to. So Jesus seems to be sensitive to this. One metaphor sums it up. In the vast ocean, the water, whether on the surface or in the deep, has only one taste, salt. Similarly, the teachings of various traditions may look and feel different, but they all have the same taste, liberation. And the best ways to do things very rarely get institutionalized well, and especially not for very long. And so I would recommend looking at the different ways that Jesus talks to people and deals with people. He's using, in my opinion, what is like upaya. He skillfully deals with what those people need. Think about how he deals with the woman caught in adultery, or the woman at the well, or the rich young ruler, or the Canaanite woman that wants to be healed, or the centurion. No, I've not found so great faith, no, not in all Israel. Okay, think about how differently he deals with people. Okay, it's very different. He's not running around with a bunch of stock answers, giving all the stock answers to people's questions and situations. What's your problem? Let me put some mud in your eyes. It's so different. Everything's different. Those stock answers. Skillful means is also used to explain some unconventional teachings that seem to contradict established doctrine, because the teacher is going with what that student happens to need at the time. There are many stories, particularly in some Eastern traditions, of masters hitting their disciples or destroying icons or statues as skillful means. The right teaching for that time, that place, and that student. But all teachings must be grounded in wisdom and compassion, and all teachings must have liberation as their ultimate goal. So if we're dealing with Christians, for example, we're dealing with Christians, people who are already looking to Jesus Christ as their Savior, what we're hoping to get them to do is wake up, okay? And then also go back and look. I don't want to show that. Go back and look at our video called Seeing Clearly. We want people to wake up, arise from the dead, and see clearly, and walk circumspectly. This is kind of a see clearly word because the word spect, all right, spect is spectacle, to see, vision, circle, to be able to see clearly in all directions, in all 360 degrees. Okay? Walk circumspectly. Walk with the ability to see all around you. So that's part of what waking up is. And what our goal is when working with professing Christians is to get them to wake up like this, like Ephesians 4:15 through 16. So the edification model of the previous chapters, both edifications model, whether you're talking about chapter 4 verses 11 and 12 or chapter 4 verses 13 through 16, the ultimate goal is to get them to chapter 5 verses 14 through 15 so that they can wake up, rise from the dead, and walk circumspectly, be able to see in all directions. As they move, they're walking, they're moving towards something. Okay? There's something that's dynamic about it. So, right, what else do we look at? Now, this is just basically these charts are half and half. So what I've done here is I've compared full duplex dialogue with sophistry. So you can see that these things are very much different. And remember the goal of full duplex dialogue, or when you're dealing with somebody half duplex dialogue, the goal is to shake loose. And you might do this. You might take, let's say that, let's go down here and take this person here. And let's copy it. And let's go back up here to half duplex dialogue. And let's put a hint of this. Just going to make this smaller. Half duplex dialogue. Let's put a hint of this right here, that part of our goal is to maybe get somebody, whether it's the metaparadigmatic person or whether it's the ideologue, to get somebody nudged a little closer to being a better version of themselves, a more awake version of themselves, a version of themselves is able to see more clearly.